Hi there, boys and girls. It's time for our nonfiction selection today. And to help introduce our selection and our new science unit is a new friend, Mr. Caterpillar.
Hi there, boys and girls. It's me, Mr. Caterpillar.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Caterpillar. You look kind of familiar.
Oh, you may have read my book before, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle.
Oh, yes, that's where I've seen you before. And the caterpillar changes into a butterfly, right?
That's right, Mrs. Neve. It's all part of the insect life cycle, in particular, the butterfly life cycle.
Cool. Wow. Well, we are going to be studying insects, boys and girls, and it is fascinating. You are going to love it.
Could we start with my favorite insect, Mrs. Neve?
Of course. We have a nonfiction selection called butterflies.
Ooh.
Now, there's over 900,000 different kinds of insects in the world, so we won't be able to get to all of them, but we'll study a few, including butterflies.
I'll just crawl over here. I'll listen.
Very good, Mr. Caterpillar. Alrighty, so let's take a look and see who the author is. Ooh, what a pretty butterfly there. And the title of our book is Butterflies. It is by Marfe Ferguson Delano. There's not an illustrator because there are photographs in this book. Look, butterflies, fluttering, floating, zigzagging by, they flash like jewels in the sunlit sky. They flit over fields and wander through woods. They are so beautiful. I think they're one of the prettiest insects. Get a little closer for you there. These look like they could be monarch butterflies. They glide into gardens and dance through deserts. What are butterflies looking for? Flowers to feed on. When a butterfly lands, it tastes the flower with the tips of its feet. Fascinating. Let me bring that closer to you. It looks like that butterfly is on a lilac to me, and it is actually tasting the flower right now with its feet. I am so glad we don't taste food that way, aren't you? This flower tastes sweet. Deep inside is a sugary liquid called nectar. The butterfly unrolls a long tube on its head and pokes it into the flower. You can see that right up there. It's the darker black one. Those other lines are its legs. Slurp! The butterfly uses the tube like a straw to suck up the nectar. Amazing. God gave the butterfly a built-in straw. Now, there's a scientific term for this tongue. It's called a proboscis. And here, you can see this. It's all curled up. There's the proboscis. And here you see it uncurled, sticking down into the flower so that the butterfly can suck up the nectar. Proboscis. Very cool. What's for lunch? Some butterflies drink nectar from almost any flower. Others are picky eaters. They only feed on certain flowers. A few butterflies prefer to dine on rotting fruit or even dead bugs. Here are some butterflies with their favorite foods. Let's take a closer look. How does a butterfly taste its food? Do you remember? That's right, with its feet. So this butterfly is tasting the flower to see if it's going to like it. Ooh, look at this one down here. I'll get it so you can see it. It says, "What's your favorite? Fresh apples or rotten apples?" I'll take the fresh, but this butterfly likes the rotten apples. Look at the edges of that butterfly's wings. Very pretty, huh? A little different looking. And over here, it says, "Guess what kind of juice this butterfly likes to sip?" Looks like orange juice to me. And then you've got the butterfly here on these pretty pink flowers. It doesn't give us any information here, but we can see the proboscis going in to the flowers. It's that one that is curved down, going into the flowers. Those other two black things are its antenna. So that one likes to eat flowers. Could be a monarch butterfly. And let's look at this one way up here. It says, these butterflies like bananas. Do you like them too? Well, you know I do. Bananas are one of my favorite fruits. Yeah. They've got the proboscis going into the banana. Ah, it's raining. To keep dry, a butterfly folds up its wings and perches below a leaf. At night, a butterfly hangs upside down to sleep. So they must look a lot like this when they're sleeping too. But if you've ever wondered what do butterflies do in the rain, now you know. I guess the leaves are almost like an umbrella for them. To warm up in the morning, a butterfly spreads its wings wide and soaks up the sun. A butterfly's life might seem fancy-free, but any moment... Swoop! A hungry monkey might sneak up and snatch it. There's the butterfly in the monkey's hand. Oh my goodness. The butterfly is going to become the monkey's lunch. Yep. There are animals that like to eat butterflies, so it's not all fancy-free for the butterflies. They have to watch out for the danger too. By the way, notice your double O making the oo sound in swoop. Ooh, here's some other animals that would like to eat butterflies. A mouse might munch on... There's a mouse eating a butterfly. A bird might nab it. A lizard might zap it. Look, that lizard tongue is reaching out there to snatch the butterfly. So butterflies have to be careful. How? Let's find out. How can butterflies stay safe? Some hide by blending in with the world around them. You know that word, camouflage. Some have spots on their wings that look like eyes. Eye spots scare enemies away. Boo! So here's one with the eye spots there. They do look like eyes, don't they? And that way if a bird or another predator is coming by, they see the eye spots and they think the butterfly is a much bigger animal and more able to protect itself when it sees those eye spots. Yeah. Now here's some pictures of butterflies with camouflage where they're hiding. It looks like they're just blending in with their surroundings. What does that one look like to you? Yeah, I'm thinking leaf. That's amazing. That's actually the butterfly though, that brown part. And let's look at this one over here. Ooh, it really looks like part of the flower, doesn't it? That is beautiful. So God has given the butterfly some defense mechanisms there. A rainbow of colors. A butterfly's wings are covered with thousands of tiny, powdery scales. These scales create the insect's beautiful colors and patterns. Let's take a close look here. You can see it's like they have a magnifying lens there. And you can see a butterfly's wing close up. And those are the scales. It's kind of like they overlap each other. Interesting. It says each scale is a single color. And here you've got some more butterfly scales there. You can see close up. That's why it's important. If you see a butterfly, don't try to catch it and hold its wings with your fingers, because you might think, well, I'll just let it go. When you hold the wings with your fingers, you damage some of those scales, and it might make it hard for the butterfly to fly again. So just use your sense of sight, observe them, enjoy them that way. Here are some butterflies from around the world. How many of them have eye spots? Let's take a look. you've got your blue morpho butterfly from South and Central America, so we do not have these around here. Do you see any eye spots on these? I don't really see any on this side of the butterfly anyway. This is a small tortoiseshell butterfly from Eurasia, also not from around here. These two are in other parts of the world. Do you see any eye spots on that butterfly? I don't really either. And how about this one right here? This is the common buckeye butterfly from North America. So we do have this kind of butterfly in our part of the world. Do you see any eye spots on this one? Yeah, I do too. There you go. Let's come over to this one, the common Mormon butterfly from Asia. So this is from the other side of the world too. Very pretty. See any eye spots there? Hard to say. These little spots down here could be eye spots. And then let's come over to this pretty blue one. It's a blue pansy butterfly, and it's from Asia and Australia. Again, from the other side of the world. Beautiful. Any eye spots? Yeah, I'd say these red circles down here, that those are eye spots, definitely. And then let's look at this yellow one here, another pretty one. It's Pallas fritillary butterfly from Eurasia, not from around here either. Any eye spots? Hard to say. Maybe those brown spots are eye spots. But definitely on the common buckeye butterfly, you can see those eye spots really well. That's the only one on this page from our part of the woods. Ooh. A mother butterfly flies from plant to plant, tasting them with her feet. She's looking for one her babies can eat. When she finds the right plant, she lays her eggs on it. Ooh. Yes, remember, butterflies are oviparous. Some of you did that for your butterfly science art project, egg science art project, where you had butterflies hatching from eggs. Now, if you look very carefully, right here, those little yellow things there, those are the eggs. Their butterfly eggs are very small. And if you look at this picture here, there's the butterfly eggs right down there. And this butterfly definitely has an eye spot. The eggs hatch, and out creep the babies. The babies are tiny caterpillars, very hungry caterpillars. A caterpillar gobbles up the plants it's on. It eats and eats, it grows and grows. So here's the what's left of the eggs. The caterpillars have hatched, and you can see them crawling out there. And they are going to eat and eat and eat. And this side it says wriggle. It grows so big, its skin splits. The caterpillar wriggles out of it, and then it gets too big for its new skin. Again and again this happens. Eat, grow, split, wriggle. There's the pattern there. Eat, grow, split, wriggle. And here you've got, this looks like a monarch butterfly caterpillar here. And you can see this black part here is the old skin it just wriggled out of. It got too big for that skin. Fascinating. Well, this will happen several times during this stage of the butterfly life, which is called the larva stage when it's a caterpillar. One day, the caterpillar hangs upside down from a leaf or twig. It makes a hard, thin shell around its body. This shell is called a chrysalis. Inside the chrysalis, something amazing happens. The caterpillar changes into a butterfly. Let me bring this closer to you so you can see it better. There's the chrysalis. That's the shell. And part of it's transparent. You can see the change taking place. You can see the butterfly's wings forming. And there's a big scientific word for this. It's called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis, when our caterpillar is changing in to the butterfly. Pretty cool. Well, after days or weeks, the chrysalis splits open. Out crawls the new butterfly. The butterfly's wings are crumpled and wet, but soon they straighten out and dry. So, here's our beautiful monarch butterfly. This is what's left of the chrysalis. That's the chrysalis shell there. And there's our butterfly. The wings are looking crumpled and wet. It cannot fly at this point. It does have to let the wings dry. Doesn't take very long. So here you have, when it's in the chrysalis, that's called the pupa stage. And now it's the adult butterfly, which is stage 4. Fly, butterfly! Now the butterfly is ready to take off, to fly, to flash like a jewel in the sunlit sky. So pretty. Wow. Here we've got the butterfly life cycle. It says, from egg to butterfly. Oh, bing, bing, spelling word, right? From. Okay, so here we'll take another look at the butterfly life cycle. And interestingly enough, this works not only for butterflies, but for most other insects as well. They go through this 4-stage life cycle. Now there's a few insects that go through a 3-stage life cycle, but most of them go through 4. Stage 1, it is the egg stage. And here you can see the butterfly eggs on the leaf. And in the orange circle it says, how many eggs do you count on this leaf? How many do you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I came up with 9. I'm sorry, did I make that hard for you to see? I came up with 9. Okay, so that's stage 1, the egg stage. Stage 2, caterpillar, or larva stage, as it's called. A butterfly larva is called a caterpillar. And look at that caterpillar. Now you might be thinking, whoa, that caterpillar does not look like the caterpillar we saw on the other page. Yeah, do you remember that one? It was black and yellow. There it is. Whoops, let's get it so you can see it. That's the monarch butterfly caterpillar. There are over 17,500 different kinds of butterflies. Can you believe it? So that means there's 17,500 different kinds of caterpillars, because every butterfly's caterpillar looks different. This is the life cycle of the blue morpho butterfly. So this is what the blue morpho butterfly caterpillar looks like. Fascinating, isn't it? It says, how do you think this caterpillar would feel if you touched it? What do you think? Yeah, they don't like it. So, just like you don't want to touch the butterfly's wings, it's because you might damage the scales, don't touch the caterpillars either. Just look at them with your sense of sight and watch them crawl around. Another thing too, some caterpillars, part of their defense that God has given them is when you touch them it will hurt. And so you don't want to get hurt by the caterpillar either. Not all of them. Some of them would be, kind of tickly and fuzzy, but just to be on the safe side, don't touch them. It's better for you. It's better for the caterpillar. Okay, stage 3, the chrysalis. And this is called the pupa stage. The pupa stage for the butterfly, it's made the chrysalis there, which is the hard shell. And it asks in this pink circle, what big change happens in this stage? You're right. It's changing into the butterfly. Do you remember that big word we talked about? It's a big one. Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis, yeah. Metamorphosis is happening. And here we've got stage 4, the adult stage, and this is your butterfly. Guess what's on the other side of these wings? Eye spots. So the blue morpho butterfly does have eye spots. We just couldn't see them. So there you can get another look there at the 4 stages of the butterfly life cycle. And as we mentioned, this works for all insects. Oh, most insects. course, just to make it clear, other insects, their larva stage does not look like a caterpillar. The caterpillar is the butterfly life cycle in the larva stage. But ladybugs, ants, flies, grasshoppers, they go through a 4-stage life cycle. Ooh, spy a butterfly. Some butterflies are very good at hiding in plain sight. Can you find the butterfly in each picture? Let's take a look. Can you see the one there? It does look a lot like a leaf, doesn't it? Now, this one's much harder to pick out. This one looks like part of the petal of this flower. It's beautiful. But that's the butterfly right there. Oh, look at that one. Oh, yeah. Its delicate black and white wings really blend in with the little white flowers. Wow, amazing camouflage. Check out that one. That's another one that looks like a leaf, doesn't it? It really looks like a leaf, but that is the butterfly. If you look carefully, you can see the butterfly's body right underneath it. And this one, here's another one that looks like a leaf, but that's the butterfly right there. Wow. And check out this one. This one is hiding on a tree trunk. And boy, you can hardly see it. But if you look carefully, of course, you can see its wings right there. But if a bird or some other animal is going by, it's not going to see that unless the butterfly moves. Wow. Grow a butterfly garden. You can lure butterflies to your home by planting their favorite flowers in your yard or in pots. And here they've got some hints on how to plant a butterfly garden. So if you're interested in making your backyard attractive to butterflies, attractive means they want to go there, here's some tips. Grow tall plants and short plants. So plants of different sizes are good. Plant lots of flowers so the butterflies can slurp the nectar. Yes, definitely, you need lots of flowering plants. Plant brightly colored flowers. They like the different colors. And this is perfect. We just talked about what plants need in order to grow, so now you are expert gardeners. You'll know what to do. It says choose a sunny spot. Of course, that's one of the things that plants need in order to grow. And what colors do you see in this garden? A little closer so you can tell. They've got some very beautiful colors. It's probably harder to see with the camera, but they've got red and purple. I see some yellow ones. Lovely. So you want a variety of colors too. And they do have some butterfly-friendly plants listed here. The milkweed, butterfly bush, that makes sense. Daisies, we're talking about daisies, weren't we? They're such a pretty flower. Phlox, Joe Pye weed, coneflowers, zinnias, marigolds, and daylilies. So those are just a few suggestions. You could probably go online and get further hints about creating a butterfly garden. Pretty cool. Well, what do you think, Mr. Caterpillar?
I liked it, Mrs. Neve. Can we look at that page of the life cycle again?
Sure. Let's just take a quick look at that one again. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. I really like that picture the best.
Of the caterpillar.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool looking. But let's review those stages again, boys and girls. 1 is the egg stage, and then 2 is the larva stage. Butterfly caterpillars are the larvae.
Right. So we would call a butterfly larva a caterpillar.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Right.
Okay, stage 3. It's the pupa stage. And here you can see the butterfly, the chrysalis there that the caterpillar formed.
Right. So the chrysalis is the pupa stage, or stage 3. And then you've got stage 4 of the life cycle, the adult butterfly.
Ooh, that one's very pretty. What, I like that shade of blue.
It is lovely, isn't it? So there you go. And by the way, I wanted to mention to you, when the adult butterfly is coming out of the chrysalis, The word you would use is emerge. The butterfly emerges from the chrysalis. You wouldn't say it hatches like an egg. So, just a little helpful hint for you there.
Wow. Boys and girls, thanks for being good listeners. And don't forget, God, just like God has a plan for me, the very hungry caterpillar, God has a plan for you too.
That's right, boys and girls. Always remember, God has a plan.